very much, Brett and Louise, and good evening everybody, and welcome. Really, I'm just going to give you a very brief overview to what I think all of us participants will agree has been a really amazing programme and experience, and I'll try my best to do it justice in the limited time that I have to speak to you. So for me, this programme has really enabled me to expand my knowledge of the aged care sector through networking with people in aged care, both young and old. Through the programme I got to know 20 people with an interest in aged care, and week by week we shared our knowledge, our experiences and our aspirations for the future of the sector. Each Wednesday the weekly sessions allow me to learn about aspects of ageing and aged care and board governance that I previously had little knowledge of. We started the programme with Dr. Anthea McGuigan, who enabled us to reflect on the key events of the last century, opening our eyes to some of what the current members of the aged care community in Perth might have experienced, such as war, economic difficulties and the discovery of iron ore in the Pilbara. We also explored the evolution of the aged care system here in Australia, which was a real eye-opener for me because I'm not from here originally. And it allowed us to place the policies and practice of today in a historical context. The weekly sessions had many other highlights, including presentations from many influential professionals on topics such as board governance, the financial and legal roles and responsibilities of board directors, the HR component of the sector, and more recently we had a really informative question and answer session with 4 influential CEOs and aged care board directors. In addition to the weekly sessions, we had one afternoon where we did aged care site visits. This allowed us 2 groups. One went north of the river and one went south of the river. The group that I was involved with went to see one of Baptist Care's aged care facilities, and we also went to see a community day centre. These were really informative sessions, and it kind of gave us all an introduction to what it might be like to either live or work in one of these facilities or in a day centre. On the same day as the site visit, so we completed a social experiment exercise, and you might see some of the pictures behind me when you're having your wine and tea at the start. Each of the programme participants were set a task whereby we had to go out into the South Perth community and either book a hairdressing appointment or find gluten-free bread in the bakery, but there was a catch, because each of us were also given a temporary ailment that an aged or older person might have. So some of us had earplugs in our ears, other people had plastic bags over their heads to create a vision impairment. One of our participants was in a wheelchair, and another participant had to wheel them around while having other various things happening. And it really, all jokes aside, it really opened our eyes to what people might be experiencing. And we had difficulties doing things like ordering coffee, crossing the road, and one of our participants walked into a bicycle. It was just, it was pretty mad out there. But so in addition to all of this, we also had a really memorable weekend retreat, and Nikki's already mentioned it, where I learned a lot about my own personal values and aspirations, and we all worked on developing our leadership skills. We got to know each other a bit better, and I think I'll always remember the weekend that I had with everybody and the time we spent in New Norcia. The weekend retreat, and indeed the whole programme, could not have been possible without the hard work of Alicia and Dr. Nikki Howe, and I think we're all very appreciative of everything that they've done for us. So thank you both, and thank you all.